Arunachal Pradesh, land of the dawn-lit mountains, is one of the few unspoilt wildernesses in India. Bordering Bhutan, China and Myanmar, this scenically spectacular region is engulfed by subtropical rainforests and lush green valleys and vegetation. The successive river valleys of Arunachal Pradesh, separated by the edges of the eastern Himalayas, enabled microcultures to flourish. About 66 hill tribes and many sub-tribes peacefully coexist here. Best known are the tribes who centuries ago settled in this plateau in the lower Subansiri region. This is the land of the Apatanis. Ziro is the closest town to the Apatani plateau. This small and picturesque hill town is about a 7-hour road journey from Itanagar, the capital of Arunachal Pradesh. Unlike many other hill towns in India, it still maintains an old world charm. The town area is well inhabited, new buildings intermingle with old village huts, and the hustle and bustle of modernity seems far away. This is where I began my journey, a journey to discover and understand the Apatani way of life. Ziro has a large Apatani population, and other tribes like the Nishis also live here. Along the main bazaar lies the vegetable market, where I got my first glimpse of these extraordinary people. Nose plugs and tattoos on the chin and forehead easily distinguish Apatani women, who have come from the village to sell their homegrown vegetables. Fortunately, most of them spoke Hindi, the lingua franca of India, so I could communicate with them easily. Most Apatani men carry a sword called the dao or elio. They tie their hair in a knot on their forehead, and usually a long needle called khotu is put through this knot. I learned that some Apatanis run small businesses in Ziro, having understood the importance and need of commerce, and about 60% of the estimated 60,000 Apatanis are employed by the government. To find out more about the Apatanis and their traditional lifestyle, I set off to meet Ligang Tachang, an Apatani who runs the Ziro school. Ligang was educated in the Indian state of Assam and told me that formal education was introduced here in the 1950s, and since then, most Apatani children are sent to school. Are they mostly Apatani kids who study here?
Yeah, most of them are Apatani.
Which means that today most of the kids get educated, the tribe kids?
Yes, you can say 10%.
100% children?
100% children, they are educated.
So then who lives in the villages? I mean, is it only the older generation?
Most of them are older generations, and plus, of course, even the young generation also lives there.
And are a lot of Apatani moving out from the villages into the town?
That is, of course, there, but still we do have people still living in the village. and we have got a strong binding in the village because of the social activities. And like whenever we have a pujas as such, like especially in the month of March, the Miyako festival, which is one of the most important puja, where we renew our friendship, our relationship. So to know the details about my place, my tribe, the best things that we need to go back to village, and then you'll get the best thing out of there.
Ligang drove me to his friend's village, Reru, about 15 minutes from Ziro. The town soon gave way to sweeping paddy fields, now golden in winter colors of post-harvest. Most Apatanis live in the villages and are largely an agricultural community deeply rooted to their land.
So Ligang, what is the history of the Apatanis?
We believe that we are the descendant of Apatani, that is our ancestor. And then from there we have descended, and then we, the Apatani, came into this plateau. And basically our people depend on agriculture.
How many villages do you have?
We have 7 villages. That is Hari, then Bula, then Tajang, Hija, Duta, Mudang Tage, and Hong village.
And what is your village called?
My village is called Mudang Tage. These are all the granary houses are there.
Granary houses?
The granary houses. We generally keep the granary houses little away from our houses, because there's every likely of getting fired, no? Fire accidents and other things.
So most of these village houses are made with bamboos?
Yes, most of them are made of bamboos. And especially the roofing pattern also is very beautifully made out of bamboos. Now we are coming to the Reru village.
The huts are very close together, Ligang.
Yeah, generally what we have is that our houses are generally close, because we keep a place for the housing. We have a different place, and for a kitchen garden we have got a separate place, and for a paddy field we have got a separate place.
Right. So why are the houses built on stilts?
Because we have below, we generally rear pig also.
Apatani villages are built in tight clusters to preserve land for cultivation and forests, and the architecture exhibits an exemplary use of bamboo.
See, there's a missus.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, hello to Glo. Okay, apa? Oh, sina, auntie. Anu, this is Mr. Eka. Yes, and this is Mrs. Eka,
Namaste.
the son, and the eldest daughter is here.
Hi. And the little
This is the little one.
babies. And this
That's the
little
young
one.
daughter.
Hello.
Anu, this is the typical village house, which is made out of bamboos and wood. Mostly it is made out of bamboos. And this is the most important part of the village house. This is the hut where we cook our food, and we meet, means we welcome the guest here, and we talk to the guest. We cook our food here, and sleeping part also we just have it here. And this is the place where we dry our firewoods. And that's why this generally we have kept it low, because of the Ziro is very cold area. So sometimes, it may be that that we may not have a sunshine to dry up our firewoods. So that's why we keep a little low, so that with the heat of the fire, it gets dried. And then on top of it, here we have where we dry our grains.
Thank you. आपने घर में बुलाया. Thank you. Ligang, the hut is really quaint. Would you mind if I just explore it a bit while you carry on chatting?
No problem.
Apart from the glow from the hearth, the interior of Eka's home was very dark, as traditional Apatani huts do not have any windows. Horns of mithuns, the typical Apatani oxen, sacrificed for various pujas or ritual prayers and ceremonies over the years, adorned Ekha's walls, which are made of multiple layers of flattened bamboo mat. The other building materials used are cane and paddy straw. This ingenious bamboo architecture keeps these huts warm in the winter, cool in the summer, and effectively keeps out the rain. Smoke wafts easily through the roof while driving out the damp of the monsoon and winter chill. The hearth and the drying racks above the fire occupy the main space in the huts, which are built long and narrow with small verandas at the front and back. Small rooms like these are partitioned off, like this rice beer making room. On the far end of the hut is the sleeping area, and alongside the storage corner for indigenous tools used for agricultural purposes, and some handy bamboo baskets called yugs. Apatani needs are basic, and there is no place for unnecessary baggage in their lives. A distinct feature of Apatani villages are babos, these long staffs which are erected during the Myoko festival in March and renewed by the villagers every 3 years. During the morning, the village wears a deserted air. Most women are out working in the fields, except those with infants who are busy with household chores. Apatani women are extremely hardworking, and I found them a remarkable study in simplicity, strength, and beauty. The story goes that Apatani women were so beautiful that they would fall prey to neighboring tribals, and therefore nose plugs called yapin hulu were devised to disfigure them, and tattoos on faces as marks of identity. Apatani women are certainly beautiful, and I can understand why in the 70s the tribal council banned both the plugs and tattoos. However, they certainly have their charm and make the older women look most distinguished. Along the main street run these pathways leading into the interior of the villages. I could now see vegetable gardens adjoining most huts. Assorted vegetables for home consumption and for the vegetable market are grown here, and at this time of year in December, it's spinach-like vegetable called lai. Most Apatani women traditionally wear abi, a woolen cloth wrapped around the waist, and embroidered shawls called pulye, which they weave themselves at home. Strings of beads and gems called tasang tavne are commonly worn, which are inherited from their mothers. Today, women wear modern knitted shirts rather than traditional ones, but weaving remains a favorite craft. Beautiful woven abis and shawls are also sold in the marketplace. In the interiors, the huts adjoin each other. This makes the villagers susceptible to fire, which is quite common and their greatest fear. I could see just how important bamboo is to the Apatani way of life. These huts need reconstruction every few years and constant repair. But these people are certainly resilient. Even village elders known as Gaon Buras are physically active doing odd jobs throughout the day. Age may have weathered their faces, but certainly not their spirit. The Apatani link to the world of spirits and gods is the village priest known as the Nibu. The Nibu holds a very important position in this society and performs all the ritual prayers or pujas. And for these, he has different traditional costumes.
Apatani ke nim. Oh. Itu. Halan tu bagre. Apatani Park. Head.
बाघ
Bag.
टाइगर आपने मारा
Ami maro.
आपने मारा और ये भालू का बाल भालू का बाल
Nani Tatu's costume is made out of bearskin, and he graciously exhibits the motions of a post-hunt puja, which of course is extremely rare today, almost an art form.
Mana mi jata man kan man. Osi. Kan power man.
The Apatanis are a picture of simple and hard-working people, but they seem happy and content.
अम्मा ये इतने सारे बहुत सुंदर हैं आप बहुत सुंदर हैं
The treasure they own are the well-earned lines that smile on their faces and the light that shines in their eyes. As evening settles over the Apatani plateau, the village resounds with the sounds of Apatani children at play. It is amazing how little they need compared to children in the city to keep themselves busy and happy. And they learn early to carry responsibility on their shoulders with great aplomb. The young ones are playing on a lapang, the wooden platform built for clan council meetings. Apatani society is divided into clans, and their sense of relationships is very strong. Back in Ekha's hut, I asked Ligang more about this.
The clan system means exactly the descendant of the same father, same forefather, which they carry with the same surname. So that forms a clan.
How many clans in a village?
There are many, it depends upon. There are many, there may be as many as 20, 30 clans.
So is there a lot of clan solidarity?
That is naturally it is there. Like that is that when we are of the same clan, we treat equally as our own brother. Basically, Ekha is my bunu. Bunu means it's a friendship relations which we keep from one village to another. And a bunu, that means it's not only me, that almost each and every person here in this plateau, that means in Apatani, they have got a bunu. And like I have got 8 bunus in different villages. Like my father had made once friends to his father. They happened to think that we should make a good match as a friendship. So they make a friendship. And then once they have made a friendship, that has to be continued by the sons and daughters.
What is the importance of bunning?
Bunny has got a lot of importance here, like especially in a social life. Suppose I'm in need of a mithun, or I'm in need of any other things, any material which I require. Then I may inform him and I tell him that I'm in need of a mithun for a puja. Then in that case, he's the right person to find it out for me. And then suppose for any other things, like suppose if there is any fire accident in a village, then in that case, suppose if any fire accident takes place in his village, then it is my moral duty to come and support him. And it's my moral duty to build up his house again. So with all the help of bunus, we generally erect the same house which has been burnt and turned into ashes in a day, that we rebuild it within a day.
It's like a support system.
That's like a support system, and yes, that's like we make a wide network of relations. That's an extra relation than other than your own family relation.
The Apatanis are a well-knit community, strongly bound by their close relationships. Guests are warmly welcomed with rice beer and tea by these hospitable people.
Can
you ask the women, do they think they work harder than the men?
So what is it? No, they are claiming that they are doing more work than the men.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yes, yes. You're doing more work than the men.
No, of course, in fact, that is true. I do support that because, you know, they have to look after the children, they have to prepare the food, they have to go to the paddy field. So they have got lots of work is there. But
And the men only have to
No.
drink rice beer.
No, exactly not so. The man also has got his own duty.
Like
The man has to go and fetch the firewood. And then especially in the paddy field also, there are some specific work which the man has to do, not the women.
The Apatanis are warm and affectionate people and have a great sense of humor. Even after a hard day's work, there seemed to be no trace of weariness on their bright faces. They could still find delight in the simple pleasures of life, like watching themselves on our television monitor.
Yang mana tidur tu? Sina tindon. Kena. Hoi kapas mana? Hoi kapas mana? Sina no. Si. Ma. Sina tindon no.
It's dawn, and the Apatani villages rise to another day.